hinge point question, which Dylan elaborates fully in the book. Basically, the hinge point is a point in lessons that we know. A teacher introduces new content for some period, and then they stop introducing content, and they start posing questions. Every teacher intuitively knows what's going on. The teacher is posing questions to see whether the students got it. And then the lesson is going to possibly go in some different directions, hence the name hinge point. If all of the students, or a very, very high percentage of them, respond correctly to the question that's posed, the lesson moves on. It moves on to the next piece of content, or it moves on to independent practice. If a very low percentage of students is able to provide the correct answer, then it's incumbent upon the teacher to do some reteaching or corrective instruction. And then if there's a middle range, something else might happen. The teacher has to make a decision. A lot of kids seem to know the right answer, but not so much that I can go on. What many folks in the field suggest is this. At the hinge point, if below 50% of the kids can respond correctly, then it's incumbent upon the teacher to reteach. If it's above 85%, or perhaps 90 or 95, you get to draw the upper thresholds, then the teacher moves on. But what they suggest is think about that in-between range, that 50 to 85 or 90, wherever you set the upper cut end, the instance where more than half the kids in the room know the answer, but not a high enough percentage to move the instruction on. What the suggestion then is that is the perfect time for peer instruction. Turn to the person on your right, turn to the person on your left, and discuss your answer. It's a perfect thing to do because the research is quite clear that students who provide tutoring grow as much or more than students who are receiving tutoring. Now, back to the hinge point question for just a moment. Again, one of the challenges is we don't execute on this very well in our lessons. Japanese teachers pre-service would be asked to write a hinge point question for every lesson, not only to write the question, but then to write in their lesson plans what the three possible turns of the hinge are. If the lesson's going to move on, what precisely are they going to do? If they find that they need to reteach, what will be their strategy there, not just going back and doing it slower or louder. And if it's a mixed result type of area and they wish to move into a peer instruction phase, what will be the strategy? How will they handle that? So some simple tweaks there, but we don't think so thoughtfully about this point in the lesson. In a full-day teacher training, what I would ask teachers to do is think about an upcoming major lesson, write that hinge point.